Edwards for the regular season finale. After all, the league on Saturday rescinded the technical foul that Ant received Friday night. It would have been his 18th technical of the season, resulting in an automatic suspension. But despite Edwards using a profanity and arguing a call, the NBA didn't merit it technical worthy, so Edwards will play on Sunday against Utah. And that is big. That is big. You see, this is the West right here. I'm just dying to talk about the West. Can I talk about the West, Mac? First, the Nuggets. If they beat the Rockets, they're the 4 seed. Easy, right? No. Because if the Clippers beat the Warriors and the Nuggets lose, the Clippers get the 4 seed. What if they both win? What if they both win, huh? They're 4 and 5, and they got to play each other. And then the Wolves, if they win tomorrow, they get the 6 seed and avoid the play-in altogether. But hold on. If the Warriors also win, they would get to 6, and the Wolves move up to 5. The Clippers would then go to 7. Who's on first? What's the frequency, Kenneth? The Grizzlies currently at 8, but can get to 7 if the Wolves lose tomorrow. You see what I'm saying here? Do you see? And exhale. Yes, seeds 4 through 10, still a flaming clown car of possibilities. However,
Scooby and Brian on SportsCenter. We're entering the final day of the regular season in the NBA, and the Wild Wild West is must-see TV. 4 teams are fighting for 3 spots to stay out of the play-in tournament. The Nuggets have arguably the easiest path, a win versus Houston, and they're in the playoffs as a 4 seed. Plus, losses by either the Warriors or the Wolves would also secure the Nuggets a playoff spot. As for the Timberwolves, if they beat a Jazz team that's heading into the draft lottery, they'll avoid the play-in. That task should be easier with Anthony Edwards avoiding suspension after getting his 18th technical foul rescinded yesterday, so he's available. The most pivotal game of the afternoon, however, is on ESPN at 3:30 p.m. The Clippers visit the Warriors. If LA wins and Denver loses, then the Clippers lead to the 4th seed. A Clippers win guarantees that they're the 4th or 5th seed, but they cannot finish 6th due to tiebreakers. As for the Warriors, they cannot finish higher than 6, but can clinch the 6th seed with a win against the Warriors. All right, we got to talk basketball. So we're bringing in Quentin Richardson to cook here on SportsCenter. And Q, the thing about this game that's coming up with the Warriors and the Clippers, the Warriors have essentially been in the playoffs for the last couple of weeks. And Steph Curry has said that he's going to treat this game like it is a Game 7. So give us one key matchup that we should be looking for.
Man, I got to go with the Kawhi-Jimmy Butler matchup. I mean, everybody knows that the Warriors go as far, as Steph goes. So that goes without being said. But I think Jimmy Butler, this is why he was brought here. He needs to be that other superstar guy that can release some of the pressure on Steph Curry and give him a chance to rest in games and also just give them a stronger scoring option. Obviously, Kawhi being back in the lineup, being who he is, all-star level Kawhi Leonard, he makes the LA Clippers a totally different team, and he gives them that super-duper star who's been to the finals, who's been a finals MVP and gotten the job done.
Yeah, it is going to be such a fun matchup, and ever since Jimmy Butler has joined the Warriors, they've also been cooking. They are 23-7 since they got him on February 8th. However, the loss against the Spurs earlier this week was really costly for the Warriors. That was the worst upset loss in the last 2 seasons, and now Golden State is in a must-win situation against a Clippers team that's now won 17 of 20. So give us a few keys to this game that you see in the Clippers versus the Warriors.
I need the Warriors to bring that three-point shooting that they need, that's part of their identity in their defense. Their three-point shooting and defense is what's going to make the difference here. We know how good the Warriors can be when everybody's making threes, the Pajinskis, the Moody's, the Currys, and everybody. But their defense is what really puts them over the top. Led by Draymond doing what he does defensively, playing himself back into a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. That's what they need to do, lock in and lock up the Clippers. As far as the Clippers, man, this is what they do. You need that paint dominance from Big Zoo. Big Zoo has been a problem in that paint the whole entire year. He's a high-level double-double rebound machine, and he gets it done offensively at a high efficiency clip in that paint. He doesn't miss a lot of shots around the basket. So if they can dominate that paint, because the Warriors are small up front, so if they can dominate that paint, that will pose a huge problem for the Warriors.
Yeah, we cannot wait for that matchup. And for Warriors fans out there, the Warriors are 0-3 in 2 play-in appearances, so they're definitely looking to avoid a Q. Really appreciate your time, brother. Enjoy the warm weather out there.
Yes, sir. You enjoy.
Out west of the NBA last night. Let's take a look at it. Starting with Luka Doncic and the Lakers hosting the Rockets. Doncic steps back, nails the three, 15 first quarter points. Then later in the third quarter, Doncic drives right through the heart of the defense for the Rockets. He'd have 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, and the Lakers win 140-109 and clinch that third seed in the West.
How about Anthony Davis? Mavericks wraps. This is the first quarter. Davis rocking the rim. Mavs increase their lead, and then he kicks it out to P.J. Washington. He knocks down that one. And then how about some defense? Rejecting that one. 23-12, 10 assists, 7 blocks for AD.
Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets at home facing the Grizzlies. Jokic zips a pass to Peyton Watson for a dunk. Nuggets cuts the deficit to 10. Then Jokic gets the rebound, gets it to Russell Westbrook, gets it back for the easy basket. Jokic will have 26 points, 16 rebounds, and 13 assists. Nuggets win at 117-109.
How about the Beard? Clippers taking on Sacramento Kings. James Harden laying it in, that lovely left. That cut the Clippers deficit to 3, fourth quarter. Harden again. Look at that, throwing that dime. Clippers win it 101-100. Harden, a triple-double, 23, 11, and 10 assists.
Well, still a lot to play for out west. The Timberwolves could finish 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th, or 8th, depending on how things play out on Sunday. The Warriors could finish either 6th or 7th, but cannot climb above 6th. The Grizzlies are locked into the play-in tournament, but they could finish either 7th or 8th. We now welcome in our NBA analyst, Quentin Richardson, right now to the show. And now that the Grizzlies are locked into the plan, what concerns do you have for Memphis heading into the playoffs?
I mean, my first concern is that they fired their coach abruptly toward the end of the season. To me, I don't know how they gained that chemistry with a coach this late in the season, and he's untested in playoff situations. So that's one issue for me, that they have a brand new coach. They fired their Taylor Jenkins, who was a great coach for them. He's gone. Then they have defensive depth issues. They injured Brandon Clark, had a season-ending injury last weekend, which put Zach Edey as the lone big for them in the front court. Then they lost Zion Pullen and Jalen Wells to injuries as well. That hurts them defensively on the perimeter. Thirdly, they have poor records against the good teams. I mean, that's not good. They 500, under 5. They 11-20 against teams above 500. Also, they 1-6 against the Warriors and Clippers. Those are teams they could very well see coming out of that play-in. So that's a problem for me.
Yeah, you fire your coach just weeks before the playoffs. It just feels like you're giving up on the postseason when you make a move like that. Meanwhile, the Lakers scored a season-high 140 points against the Rockets to lock up that 3 seed. What are your expectations for LeBron and company in the postseason?
I mean, I'm not as confident as I was last time I was there. You know, they've been getting taken advantage of a little bit defensively. Then LeBron with the little groin injury last night, we have to keep a real close eye on that because he just missed a week or two with that. So I don't know. I think they still have the star power to get it done, but defensively they scare me right now. They've shown that they can be taken advantage of with people picking on and attacking Luke in the pick and roll and picking him out, and they're just not as strong in the middle as I would like them.